Good morning. Today exclusive. For the first time, former U.S. Senator and presidential candidate John Edwards admits he is the father of Frances Quinn Hunter, the 22-month-old daughter of his former mistress. This morning, why he denied it for so long and why he's now decided to come clean. Good night. NBC confirms a deal has been signed between the network and Conan O'Brien, with an official announcement to come later this morning. And first photo, Tiger Woods apparently spotted for the first time since his infamous accident at Admitted Affairs. Pictures that seem to confirm he is in rehab for sex addiction. Today, Thursday, January 21st, 2010.
From NBC News, this is Today with Matt Lauer and Meredith Vieira, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And welcome to Today on this Thursday morning. I'm Meredith Vieira.
And I'm Matt Lauer. And this admission by John Edwards has apparently been in the works for months. It confirms what a lot of people have long suspected, that the one-time Democratic presidential candidate is, in fact, the father of Rael Hunter's daughter, Quinn.
Edwards in the past has denied he was the father, saying the timing of the affair didn't coincide with the birth of the baby. And one of his good friends, Andrew Young, even claimed that he was the father. Now Edwards admits those were all lies, and nearly 2 years after that baby was born, he is coming clean in an exclusive statement to NBC News this morning. We're going to have more details on this story in just a moment.
Also ahead, for the first time since Brittany Murphy's sudden and tragic death last month at the age of 32, we'll talk to her husband, who is here for a live interview. We'll also talk to her mother as well. They will try to explain what they believe caused her untimely death.
Plus some information that may come as a shock to a lot of parents. According to a new survey, children between the ages of 8 and 18 in the United States now spend more than 7.5 hours every day playing video games, watching TV, and surfing the web. That's more than 50 hours a week. Close to 1 in 4 sleep with their cell phones so they won't miss any text messages. Have our kids become too connected, and what can parents do about it? We're going to get some advice on that.
Parents often are to blame as well. They're also connected to their little devices as well.
Sure.
Let's begin today with that exclusive. John Edwards admitting he is the father of his former mistress's 22-month-old daughter. NBC senior investigative correspondent Lisa Myers has the details on this story. Lisa, good morning.
Good morning, Matt. As you said, Senator Edwards' statement has been months in the making, and it confirms what many Americans have already concluded, that at the same time he was running for president, John Edwards fathered a child. Today, he is publicly embracing that child for the first time.
This way, Senator.
After 2 years of scandal, deception, and betrayal,
The story's false.
that destroyed his political career and wrecked his personal life, John Edwards this morning is trying to right a wrong. Are you speaking for the senator today?
Yes. I'm speaking for the senator to the extent that anyone can, yes. He hopes that...
Harrison Hickman is Edwards' longtime close friend and trusted political advisor, coming forward to help deliver a message about Frances Quinn Hunter, the child born to Rael Hunter, with whom Edwards had an affair.
The senator wants to say, first of all, that he is the father of Quinn. Secondly, he wants people to know that he has provided for her and will continue to provide for her, as he should, both financially and emotionally.
In a written statement provided exclusively to NBC News, Edwards says, "I am Quinn's father. I will do everything in my power to provide her with the love and support she deserves. It was wrong for me ever to deny she was my daughter, and hopefully one day, when she understands, she will forgive me." When he talks about the child, what does he tell you? How does he feel about this child?
So he talks about her being a beautiful child and a happy child. Like any father, he talks about how it makes him feel when he's around Quinn, which is, very happy. I think he's very proud of this child.
This child is almost 2 years old. Why did it take so long for the senator to acknowledge that he is her father?
It's a lot more complicated, I think, than most people think. There are a lot of adults involved, and I think they wanted to handle this the right way for Jack and Emma Claire and Kate, as well as for Quinn.
Edwards' attorneys say he's been seeing Quinn and providing financial support for about a year, and just signed a child support agreement with Hunter. A spokesperson for Elizabeth Edwards says she learned last summer that Quinn is her husband's child. Today's announcement marks another chapter in the fall of a man once considered a leading candidate for president.
We're going to start changing this country now.
A man whose hubris and recklessness brought personal destruction. In this photo, Edwards is seen with both his wife and his mistress. The night before he first confided to his wife he'd been unfaithful. But when tabloid headlines forced a public admission of the affair with Hunter, his campaign videographer, in August 2008, he denied Hunter's child was his.
I know that it's not possible that this child could be mine because of the timing of events, so I know it's not possible.
Did he know at the time that this was his daughter?
I don't know if he knew it was his daughter at the time, but I know he lied when he said it was not possible. And he knows he lied. You know, I think he is certainly regretful for that.
The senator also has said that the affair with Rielle Hunter occurred when Elizabeth's cancer was in remission. However, this child was conceived 3 months after Elizabeth announced that her cancer was back and it was incurable.
You're right. I mean, as he has said, he's been deceitful about it. He's lied about it.
Elizabeth Edwards is still undergoing cancer treatment and makes occasional public appearances about health care. She opened a furniture shop last summer in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, not far from the family's mansion. How is Elizabeth dealing with this new member of the family?
Elizabeth thinks that he should acknowledge this. It's been a very difficult time for everyone, but for Elizabeth, I think more than anyone else, it's been a difficult time.
Friends say John and Elizabeth Edwards have separated, at least for now, but still talk on a regular basis. Edwards bought this house for Quint and her mother to live in Charlotte, more than 2 hours away from his home in Chapel Hill, which set the neighborhood abuzz.
I haven't heard anybody say, oh no, but it's been like, oh gosh. And then we thought, oh dear, that means the press will be here a lot.
John Edwards now tries to stay out of the public spotlight. He spends time at his beach house and went to El Salvador 3 times last year to help build houses for the poor.
He's done good old-fashioned work. I mean, he's helped build hospitals, schools.
In his statement, Edwards said, "To all those I have disappointed and hurt, these words will never be enough, but I am truly sorry."
He knows that saying he's sorry isn't enough, but he is incredibly remorseful about the pain he's caused people. He wants to be a good father and, you know, be a good person again.
Edwards is not speaking publicly today, at least in part because of an ongoing federal investigation into whether campaign money was used to try to cover up the affair. He has denied wrongdoing. Tomorrow we'll take a look at that investigation, Matt, and at the former aide who now claims to have been at the center of that cover-up.
All right, NBC's Lisa Myers. Lisa, an extraordinary story. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's now 7:08. Here's Meredith.
Matt, thank you. After days of negotiation and weeks of speculation, it is now official. NBC is confirming this morning that the network and Conan O'Brien have reached a deal. NBC's Lee Cowan is in Los Angeles with the details. Lee, good morning.
Oh, good morning, Meredith. Yeah, it has been a long couple of weeks, but as you say, NBC is now ready to say that they do have a deal with Conan O'Brien that allows him to leave the network. In fact, his last Tonight Show will be tomorrow night. The terms of his exit deal, we're told, are worth roughly around $45 million. About a quarter of that is severance for his staff. But although Conan is allowed to leave NBC, any of his specific characters or anything he specifically created for NBC, those don't go with him.
Only a professional comedian could joke about walking away from the dream job he wanted most of his adult life. But reality has just given his punchlines some real punch.
Hello there, I'm Conan O'Brien. Sorry if I'm a little late. I had a job interview at Lady Foot Locker.
NBC officially handed Conan O'Brien's Tonight Show back to its former owner, Jay Leno, bringing the curtain down on an embarrassing chapter for NBC that took teams of lawyers weeks to iron out.
I spent the afternoon at Universal Studios Amusement Park enjoying their brand new ride, The Tunnel of Litigation. That's a lot of fun.
Under the terms of the deal, Conan O'Brien leaves NBC with millions the network would have otherwise paid him and is allowed to eventually seek a television show on a competing network. As for Jay Leno, he's out of his failed primetime gig, but right back where he was for 17 years, saying the network valued him too much to lose. But that reasoning seemed to puzzle even him.
How valuable can I be? You fired me twice. How valuable can I be?
NBC Universal Chief Executive Jeff Zucker told Charlie Rose this week that he regrets Conan's departure.
I feel terribly that Conan isn't going to be at NBC, where he was given a chance 17 years ago and was a homegrown star, and that ultimately it will end this way. I don't feel good about that, obviously.
But in the end, he said, it was a business decision.
This wasn't exactly what the viewers wanted, and so I don't know that we would have done this exactly, but I do think that taking a risk and trying something new is something that we should always be willing to do.
Ironically, the highly publicized dust-up has given Conan some of the highest ratings he's had since he started as The Tonight Show host.
Yes, we Conan! Yes, we Conan!
Fans have even organized Save Coco rallies and vow to follow him wherever he ends up.
Nearly 17 million people watch the Golden Globe Sunday night on NBC, and as a result, today NBC announced we begin airing repeats of the Golden Globe 5 nights a week at 10 o'clock. Right here. We will have the show on 5 nights.
For now, NBC has temporarily solved its late-night woes, but have an even larger one still looming. What to do with the primetime slot Jay Leno leaves behind? Not the kind of drama NBC brass was hoping for.
Now, Meredith, Jay Leno is expected to return to his old new job on The Tonight Show as of March 1st. That's the first Monday after the Olympics end. As for Conan O'Brien, we said that he was free to seek other television opportunities. Well, under the terms of this deal, he's allowed to be on television somewhere as of September 1st. Meredith?
All right, Lee Cowan, thank you very much. Guaranteed the ratings on Friday are going to be huge.
No, this has really been something that's captured a lot of people's attention. But as we said before, these are friends of ours.
Absolutely.
Their staff members are friends of ours, and so, we feel bad about anybody leaving and wish them all the best. And I
we
wish it
haven't
could have
had,
worked out differently.
Me too. We haven't had Where in the World is Matt Lauer for a while. We can have Where in the World is Matt Lauer at 10 o'clock.
It's not going to happen.
It's just an idea, Jeff, if you're thinking about something.
That's one drama being played out in California, another of a very different kind. In Southern California, when it comes to the weather, another storm is pounding that region, leading to new evacuations, more heartache. Al is out there. Al, what's the latest?
All right, Kelly O'Donnell, thank you very much. And just ahead, what appears to be the first sighting of Tiger Woods in 2 months, and it came at a Mississippi clinic for sex addiction. We'll get the details, but first, this is Today on NBC.